After both the Pangandaman and the De La Paz camps filed charges against each other Monday, Agrarian Reform Secretary Nacer Pangandaman Sr. now says his family is open to an amicable settlement with the De La Paz family. The De La Paz family had filed charges of child abuse and slight physical injuries against the sons of Pangandaman, Nacer and Hussein, over a brawl at the Valley Golf and Country Club in Antipolo on December 26. But Pangandaman asserts his family will not make the first move to reconcile, saying this could be interpreted as an admission of guilt.
Sa amin lang, merong mga tumatawag at ay yes, gano'n.
Secretary Pangandaman says the incident, which has been the subject of blogs, has affected his family. Pangandaman maintains he only apologized for the scandal caused by the incident and not to ask for forgiveness from the De La Paz family.
I'm extending my apologies on behalf of the family to the public for this very unfortunate incident that happened.
For the De La Paz family, they have not considered a settlement with the Pangandamans at this time.
The pain is there. I do not know. I do not know. Wala pa akong masagot kasi, you know, that's a very big question, Maricar. I have to consult my family.
Both the De La Paz and Pangandaman families have been suspended from the Valley Golf and Country Club for 6 months. Delfin De La Paz laments this, noting his son is a rated junior golfer. 14-year-old Bino De La Paz is currently undergoing counseling to help him recover from the incident.
Ang epekto nito will be yung practice niya every weekend. Since sinuspindi kami, we have to play and pay sa other courses. It will be very expensive.
Bino is supposed to join a golf tournament in Malaysia this January. But his father says he is forced to skip the event following their traumatic experience. Maricar Bautista, ABS-CBN News.
Welcome back to Media in Focus. We're here with New York Times freelance contributor and blogger Carlos Conde, Councilor JC De Los Reyes of the Kapatiran Party, and blogger Noemi Dado of the popular blog AboutMyRecovery.com. Thank you for joining us. Tell me about this De La Paz blog by Bambi. Why did it stir so much interest, and why did it stir up really a hornet's nest?
Yeah, for me, as a mom, I really felt for the child because, you know, my personal blog is about mother, and so I was so affected that the 14-year-old boy was injured.
That was your main take on it.
That's my main take on it.
How about you, Kaloy? Why do you think this whole blog of Bambi De La Paz stirred up so much interest? I mean, there's so many bloggers out there. Why was this one?
Firstly, the account by Bambi, the daughter, was a riveting, you know, post on her blog, and it was written in such a way that you'd feel as if you're drawn into the experience, and then you have no choice but really to feel so outraged by it all that, you know, some bloggers even started talking about it 10-15 minutes after reading it.
That's what happened to you, Noemi? 15 minutes?
No, an hour after. An hour, 30 minutes.
That's still almost right away, right?
Yeah,
yes.
and I think the elements there are pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
When you have a situation where a boy and an old father, 56 years old, 14-year-old boy were injured and all that, and you have the perpetrators, the alleged perpetrators, who are, you know, people in power, a cabinet secretary,
right,
a mayor. They're all allied with the present dispensation, and so right, you know, it's the whole powerful versus the powerless kind of game, and so that to me was what made it such a riveting issue. That's what made it explode in the on the internet like that.
Okay, but you know, there are so many blogs and so many bloggers out there, and this is past. I received it personally through my email, through the e-groups, right? But why would you pick this up and send it out? I mean, why choose this particular one? JC, did you get it through the email?
Yeah, I did, and I read the news. I think that was on the 27th of December. Everybody was relaxing. Yeah. Christmas was just over.
Yeah.
And you hear and you see, a child, 14-year-old, beaten up.
Okay,
and,
this is what caught your attention.
Yes. And so, that was like 3 days after Christmas, we took the risk of making a statement right away and posted it online. And so many people picked up.
Okay, what was the statement that you made?
Well, we condemned we condemned the Pangandamans. If you look at the situation, you see a 56-year-old, an 18-year-old girl, and a 14-year-old against a mayor in his late 20s with his brother and bodyguards in the presence of Secretary Pangandaman. Doon pa lang makikita talagang imbalance.
Okay. But did you make any effort, Noemi or Kaloy, to vet the story, to find out if it was in fact true?
When I read it, there was no reason for me to initially to doubt that it was true. But as a blogger, I mean, you know, I'm sure a lot of bloggers are now scratching their heads about this, you know, about this issue because of the swiftness of the reaction and all that. And now, and in hindsight, what you know, how it played out with the Pangandamans practically being exonerated by the Valley Golf and Country Club. I mean, a lot of them probably are, you know, thinking now, did we really have to do that, or did we, you know,
do right
and all that? But that's probably another segment of your show. But the thing is, it was such a powerful story. It was such a powerful narrative that it really caught people's attention, and it, you know, stirred enough outrage that explained I mean, you know, blogging, the internet is such that, you know, one push of the button and all that,
and it forwards it to millions of people.
So
right. But are you now scratching your head, Noemi,
no.
based on your initial reaction?
You know, because one of the things that I mentioned in my blog is, what if this happened to you? Because actually in a blog, the story is not about you, but what the readers pick up from your story, they can relate to it. What if that happened to me? And I still stick to my son. What if that happened to my son? What did that happen to my dad? And I still continue to this day and insist that there were two issues. That the 14-year-old boy was injured, excessive force was applied, and secondly, it was the abuse of authority, too much force, 2 instances of brawling. And that's what I am really mad about.
Okay. Did all of the bloggers in the internet feel the same way, or were there contrary opinions about this incident at Valley Golf?
Well, in my opinion, at least my community, the mothers immediately picked it up and continued. And others had diverse reactions. They would curse the Pangandamans, and others would just question, why did this happen, and what is.
But you know, Kaloy is now saying to us, you know, was it fair after all of the facts came out, after that initial volley of anger? Was it fair to only blame the Pangandamans without checking whether or not the De La Paz side had in fact told the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
In the sense that the Pangandaman side took a long time to be heard, it wasn't fair. I think a lot of you know, Bambi's blog, as I have written in my latest post today, is a classic example of propaganda warfare. In that, you know, you have to put the story out and quick as you can. If you do that, you control the agenda and how this issue will be talked about, and that's exactly what happened. And then, of course, to the misfortune of the Pangandamans, it was a holiday, and you know, and apparently they do not blog,
or
so
they don't know how to
use
the media.
Yes. You know, it's of course, I'm not saying that it was deliberately done by the De La Pazes, but that's how you know, I think the things that are going for the Pangandaman are, one, they belong to a political dynasty in the region of our country that are, you know, where guns and goons are the rule, and for that it's easy to pigeonhole them and excoriate them afterwards, and that's not fair. I did that, and in fact, and that's what I'm trying to say, that looking back, I may have been a little too careless, lazy, in fact, in what I did in my blog. And because I have to qualify that as well, because I'm not functioning here as just a mere blogger. I'm not, unlike Noemi here,
who's doing blogs.
Yes.
I am a journalist as well. In fact, I like to think that I'm a journalist first before,
and then a blogger later. Right.
And so, that incident actually waylaid my instincts as a journalist. That post by Bambi De La Paz, it waylaid my instincts as a journalist, and then only realized later that, look, did I call the Pangandamans to get their side? No. Did I check whether the Bambi story was accurate and fair? No.
Yes.
So in other words,